And this is like a college junior class maybe, so you're preparing to kind of go out and get a job. And the purpose of this workshop is so you know like things to go out and get a job. So can anyone raise their hand and tell me if they've had a job before? Okay, so let's see. What kind of jobs have y'all had? Just kind of shout it out.
Selling pumpkins.
Selling pumpkins?
Selling lines.
Ice garden.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So what like was the interview or like application process like? So for example, I worked at the Cheesecake Factory, and our application process, you just take an online application and a little logic test followed by an interview. So what was y'all's experience like?
Well, for me, that's the way they train to we did certain tasks we do in the real job skills.
Okay, awesome. Anyone else?
At the pumpkin patch, there's a group interview where we had to do a skit to say how good your personality was and how good you can tell the things on the spot.
Okay, awesome. Anyone else? Okay, well, there's all different types of interviews and there's all different types of situations. So this is going to kind of prepare you for all the situations. These are just tips that are across the board going to help you, no matter what you want to go into. Food science, ag business, education, anything like that, these are going to help you out. Okay, so now we're going to talk about resumes. Has anyone here ever written a resume? Okay, so pretty much everyone. What kind of things have you written a resume for? It doesn't necessarily have to be for a job. Internships?
Scholarships.
Scholarships?
Honors society.
Study? Excellent. All right, so you need a resume for pretty much everything. Not everything, but for a lot of things. Like if you need a recommendation letter, it's an awesome thing to have. And it's a really good thing just to have, so if anyone ever asks for it, you can give it to them. So right now, can you turn to the resume notes page? And y'all are just going to shout out some things that you already know about resume writing, and I'll just write them up on the board, and you take notes like as you see fit.
Update.
Okay, excellent.
Keep it professional, like this look.
Professional, absolutely. Like what you need. And why is it important to make it unique?
So that it stands out and everybody else's, because you could have a lot of applicants applying for the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely. So you don't want to just be like everyone else and go like off the Microsoft Word template. You want to kind of make it your own. And you can do different formats, anything else like that. But you don't want to go too crazy with it. Like you don't want to use like curls or something like that for your font. You want to use universal. But can you tell me anything else you think about resumes?
So what's too long?
Have it organized, so that everything's all in place.
Anybody else? Okay, so on the resume tips page, I provided several tips for y'all. It's absolutely not like all the things you're going to need to know, but it's some good things to help you out when you're writing your resume. One good thing is proofread. Just make sure you proofread until you just can't do it anymore. Because you don't want to turn in that resume and have a spelling error and then be like, oh my goodness, look at this candidate. And you want to have someone else look at it that'll help you with the proofreading. And like y'all said, keep it short and sweet because they don't want to read long paragraphs or anything like that. That gets really boring, especially going through all the candidates. And then make sure that your information is relevant. So like my high school drama teacher told us, he taught us how to juggle. And he said, oh, you can put this on your resume. But I'm pretty sure if you put that on your resume, like if you wanted to go to chemical engineering, they would probably roll their eyes and move your application that way. So yeah, just keep it relevant, keep all your skills and hobbies to a minimum on there and keep it towards the job. All Alright, and now I want y'all to turn to the Your Resume page. And there's several examples I provided between that, so y'all can see kind of the formats. Alright, and what I want y'all to do right now is write out just a short and sweet little resume. You don't have to write like super long paragraphs or like your whole life or anything like that. Just write kind of a rough draft about who you are. And you can certainly use the samples that I provided as an example. Look up at me and I'll get that. Half of y'all have finished up. Does anyone care to come up and kind of share what they put on their resume? You don't have to do it point by point, just kind of general information share.
At the top, this is my education at the top, so my degree, that I want to get from my college, then my internships that I have took so far, and then any involvement on campus that I have.
Okay, yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, anything like that is really good, especially like the education, the involvement on campus. They really like seeing that you're not just like a one-dimensional person, that you like to get involved in every aspect of your life. So yeah, that's awesome. Alrighty, so now we're going to kind of touch on interview appearance. And I'm going to start off by passing out these resumes. Pass out found. And there's a reason for this. It might be kind of silly, but okay. Imagine Imagine you woke up a little bit late before your interview, and you decided, oh, I don't have time to grab anything for breakfast. Oh, there's brownies on the counter. So you eat a brownie, and it has some nice powdered sugar on it. It's nice and flaky. And you don't have time to look in a mirror before your interview. This is one mistake some people make. Make sure you eat something that won't maybe stick in your teeth or get all that in your outfit or anything like that. So yeah, let's turn this into brownies. And while y'all are passing the brownies around, can you guys turn to the page on appearance tips, or appearance notes? Alrighty, and can y'all shout out some tips for me?
Always be business formal, no matter what job it is. Use newspapers to shine your shoes on.
Okay. So like clean shoes.
Yeah. Or with the new.
Cover everything up. Cover everything up. Anybody else? Alright, so these are all really good tips, especially to keep it covered so they don't want to see too much skin. Even if like some people think it might give you a leg up, it just really looks unprofessional. So you want to cover up as much skin as you want. Now you don't need to wear parka or anything like that, but just keep it really professional. And avoid anything too like highly branded, because that looks bad to employers. Like a lot of employers don't want to see that you're really fashion forward. They want to see you as like a rounded person. So you want to look nice, but you don't want to try and lead with that. And it's best to wear some form of suit for men and women, so like suiting skirts, suiting dresses, full suits. And dark neutral tones are best, but you can also use colors as accessories, especially like, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, do you want to finish or?
Oh, no, go ahead.
Is it true that pinstripes are only good for like lawyer job interviews and that's just too power move for a suit?
I'm really not versed on suiting very well, but it could be, I don't know. But there is like color psychology. So if you wore red, it's a power color, but it might be too in your face. And so if you think the color is too in your face, it probably is. Alright, and with that, I want to do an activity. And can y'all get into groups of like 4 or 5 for me?
Take that. I know it works. I was
Alright, if we have our groups, each group take one piece of paper for me. And with this activity, I actually want y'all to try and draw something that would be appropriate for an interview. Now, it doesn't have to be super artsy, because I know I'm, stick figure. So just draw as best you can, and then look up at me when you're done.
Say what? Draw what?
Draw like an outfit you wear to an interview, and it doesn't need to be super artsy or anything like that.
Yeah.
What if she's a What if she's a girl? Does she wear like that in? We have another copy.
Give him a comb over.
Alright. So you're working on the man, I'll work on
That's beautiful.
thick and blue sweater. Great. Alright, let's draw this blue sweater. Yeah. At least you get like, oh,
I'm good at it, yeah.
like, it might be a terrible. Don't make it too big. Oh, that's the truth. Now that I think about it. But she has weird shoulders. So she gets to I'd be like hangers.
I'm a professional. I wouldn't do terrible.
Dude, this is two-dimensional, okay?
Why is your neck on the side of the
Oh no!
Sure, it looks like a blind thing with a couple bars.
She works out live, but only on one eye. How's the guy coming? Alright, so this girl. What's that?
He does in front of me.
Yeah, sort of sweaty.
Pull down on the side.
Or a biker at a
I did it where they only had like 2 buttons.
Bottom button, top button.
or a barista. Alright, so there's the sweater. That's all we need.
I mean, she can wear, she can wear a whole skirt thing, but I think the. So it's basically the same.
I'm having gray markers, that's for sure.
Very plain, very covered.
Brown, we'll make it a polyester bag.
You look like flat sticking. I'm not
True.
gonna lie, but I was Alrighty, ready to get my groups finished up?
We could use some more time, that's okay.
Do you want to tell the class what you put down?
Well, we have really business pattern, no tattoos, and like body piercing.
Awesome. Shiny shoes. Okay. All right, perfect. Now we're just going to touch on body language, and it's one of those really small things that can make the difference. It's a very brief section, but could y'all shout out some tips on that for me?
Don't be over animated.
Excited.
Sit up straight.
If you're still in high school, you can be able to cross your legs at your ankles for this part. Yeah, there's
What?
I don't know, when I was in this pageant one time, they said, when you're still in high school, you have to cross your legs at your ankles, because you're not a woman. I said,
Oh, yeah, because it's supposed to be really sexually appealing to confident.
yeah.
What?
Yeah, it made people
What,
look
sexually appealing?
If you cross your legs with your name when you got a skirt on, there's more likely to be a cross on your ankles. Wow.
What?
Alright, excellent.
Yeah, when I was in high school, I went after the girls with lots of legs.
Alright, yeah, these are all really good tips, especially posture. You don't want to slump or anything like that. That looks really bad. It looks like you're kind of lazy. And one more thing that's kind of body language related, you want to be as friendly as you can as soon as you leave your house. Because you never know who you're going to see. And if you're rude to someone on like, you know, a bus or like on a sidewalk or something like that, and you see them in the interview, it's going to be really uncomfortable and you're probably just going to want to walk right back out. And another thing, just make sure you kind of appear confident. So make eye contact, don't cross your arms. It looks like you're closed off and you don't want to be there, anything like that. And just smile, be friendly, and it looks really good in an interview. And it could make the difference between you and someone else. All right, and so lastly, what we've been preparing for is the interview session. All right, and can anyone for the last time give you tips about interviews? Be early.
Be early.
Early?
Be knowledgeable of the job you're applying for.
Concise. Yeah. Answers. I think that.
Yes?
Oh, questions like cover like heading questions about the company, like specifics that show that you've done your homework on the job you're interviewing for.
Yeah. It's always good to have questions because it shows you're really interested in the job. Like about the company, you can always ask about like their leadership culture, which it's a good question. And you want to have questions about what can you do to help them and stuff like that. It looks really good, especially if they ask, do you have any questions? You don't really want to say no. Just because it's kind of an awkward, like, oh, well, okay then. And then one other thing, you don't want to trash talk any of your former employers or former jobs or anything like that. It looks really bad. So if you got fired, just try to put a positive spin on it. And then you want to arrive at least 10 minutes early, just because you don't know what you have to fill out, and you don't want to come in looking like you just ran off the street or anything like that. You don't want to come in like breathing hard or anything. And you want to illustrate how you're the most qualified candidate. So re-describe the job description and use kind of keywords that show that you're the one with the most qualifications, and it'll set you apart from everybody else. And then finally, try to send a thank you note afterward because it shows your interest again, and it just shows like it's another one of those professional aspects that's going to really set you apart. All right, now what we're going to do is, could you go to one other person and just interview them? And on the frequently asked questions page, you'll just ask those 5 questions, or 4 questions, excuse me.
So why should I hire you?
You should know this, man.
So what you get fired from one? Yeah.
And when y'all are done, look up at me.
Oh, really? Because I'm
What makes you a better candidate than Sam? After
All right, it looks like everyone's finishing up, and I hope these tips help y'all for the future when you go into the career world. You know, it's a little bit silly at times, but thank you very much.